We are here. Another Espresso mail call. These guys are showing off their comic book crowd mugs. How's everybody doing tonight? Today, I've got some of the usual crowd, I think. We have Mark Andrews. How you doing, Mark?
I'm good.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Milt. I feel like I just saw you recently, Milt, down in North Carolina.
Yes, and I actually brought some books to show that I purchased down there.
Excellent, excellent. Steve, the voice, White. How you doing, Steve?
How is everybody tonight?
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a new mic.
Yeah, Joe there in front of him. I wonder if that's a hint or something like that.
Yes.
And last but not least, Professor Chuck Hensey. Chuck, good to see you again.
Oh,
Chuck, we can't hear you.
Muted.
Chuck, you're muted, I think.
Unplugged himself. Muted. Technical difficulties.
hang on a minute. Is it working now?
There he goes. Now
There
he's
There we go.
We got you. All right, good. So Chuck is here. Chuck was down in North Carolina with us too. So we had a great time down there. Fantastic. All right, let's see who's joined us here. We got a few people here. We have Tina. Tina, nice to see you. Thank you again for your support. And the other special support guy, Trev, the shipping guru. You've been waiting for this? We got some good stuff for you, Trev. We don't share the stuff usually beforehand, so we're all surprised as much as you are there. So let's see. And we have Jackson. Jackson, thank you. At least Matt won't be on the screen. That's true, but he is in the chat. He is in the chat. All right, let's see who else we've got here. Let's see. So if you other people come in here, a lot of discussion. Let's see. Who else? Here we go. Whoa. A lot of discussion here amongst the peeps. And there he is. Matt Woods. I need to get on the screen during the show when I press the chat. Hey, Matt, if you got some books to show, you're invited. Just let me know. All right. Let's see. Who else do we have here? Let's see. Tina.
You bulldog?
To be honest, I missed somebody. I don't think so. A lot of discussion, which is great. Love the discussion.
Scrolling.
All right. Spine Ticks. We have Sid Lordley. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you again. All right. I got to get on your show. I got to know ahead of time. So that way I can drink a lot of coffee before 11 p.m. on a Saturday night, East Coast time. So I could stay up at least for a couple of hours on it. All right. Because it looks like it's so much fun. All right. Who else do we have? Whoops. Yep. Gary B. Gary, how you doing?
Gary.
One of the best guys on YouTube. Gary, good to see you, my friend. Who else we have here? Anybody else? Bulldog, yes. We had some exchanges on Instagram. Very good. Nice to see you tonight. Who else do we have here? Bulldog, Matt, Spine Ticks. Drink 2 cups of coffee like me and I'll make it. Yeah, but I got to drink it like at 11:45, you know? So, and what else? Trev says I need a 24-hour nap before Spine Ticks Antics. That's true. Normally when I tune in on a Saturday night, sometimes I manage to make it until about 12:15, 12:30. So I get to participate on some of this stuff, which is really, really cool stuff. But a lot of times, he's got so many people that watch him. I think you've gone over, 10 or 11,000 subs? He's got so many people that watch him that it takes him half an hour to call out everybody. So it's already 11:30, and usually I manage to stay up maybe another half an hour or so before I conk out. But anyway, that's the way it goes. But I want to do it one day. All right. So thanks a lot, and we'll catch other people as they come in. So I love this show because I get to see some books that I never really thought about getting or owning, and I learn a lot from these guys about those books. All right. So I think the first person we're going to start with is going to be Mark Andrews. Mark, and we're probably going to do 2 rounds. So Mark, what do you got for us? Round 1. Mark Andrews. I'm trying to do a voice like Steve the Voice.
Like you may proceed.
I need to get much closer to my mic.
Yeah, you gotta get right in there.
Like I am from Pennsylvania.
First of all, I'm doing a shout out to Mr. Matt Woods. He sent me a little package in the mail, showed up, and it was right full of some awesome
Nice.
Woo-hoo!
So like
Awesome.
F Troop, superheroes, all sorts of gold keys, just amazing books. Mr. Ed, believe it or not.
Mr. Ed,
Thank
I
you
love
very
Mr.
much,
Ed.
Matt. That's awesome. This F Troop book is gorgeous. Beautiful, big, yellow, nice book. And of course, like it's this one, it's got Space Ghost on it. So
Space Ghost.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
how can it be bad? So
No, I love
thank
it.
you,
Is
Matt.
awesome.
That is awesome. Very, very nice.
Did Mark just say Matt Woods has a little package? Yeah. He let it go. We told him not to
Yeah.
divulge that.
Okay,
Yeah.
moving right along.
Stand clear of the doors, please. Doors are now closed.
Yeah, that's just really bad. So I was looking up a bunch of Universal Monster stuff, and I started doing some more research in it. And I saw this book online from a Canadian dealer, and it's not a very old book, but it's a pretty cool book. So I got it because it's Legion of Monsters Santana.
Wow, that's nice.
And what's kind of cool about this book, so this is from 2007. Sorry about the glare. And this has got the origin story of the living mummy in it for the very first time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And this is the first standalone one shot of Satana, which I thought was pretty cool. Very interesting story. She is not a nice lady. Stay away from her.
Not.
Now, I don't know anything about that character, but she, with that name, she must be evil.
She is. She's Damien Hellstrom's sister, so she's Satan's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And she showed up back in one of the vampire books. Anyway, it's a great cover. It's actually a really good story if anyone picks it up, and it gives the background story for the living mummy, which I kind of like.
Taylor,
I thought
we aim to please.
There you go.
Wasn't Satana's first appearance in Marvel Premiere 7?
No, that
Marvel
was
Preview 7.
Marvel Preview 7. Her first appearance inside a book is one of the living vampire books.
Before that,
she's in there, and then she moves on. Her very first cover appearance, Milt, is this one.
The Hall of Horror.
The Haunt of Horror.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a good cover.
Yeah, this is a great cover.
I love that. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is nice.
The Cobra.
Yeah. So
even though most people want her cover on the Rocket Red, on the Rocket Raccoon book. So
yeah, so that's her, I think, second or third appearance on a cover, or second appearance.
I think it's her second one.
Yeah, and that book is really, really expensive because it's Rocket Raccoon's first appearance in the comics. So it's kind of interesting.
That's a Charlton book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
and
a
so
Curtis.
was that a series?
No, this is a Curtis. So Haunt of Horror is a series.
It's a Curtis book.
Yeah. It's a Curtis book. And
Curtis,
through them, I think Curtis is still getting Vampire Tales 2 is her first appearance. Thanks, Gary.
Yeah.
So this Haunt of Horror is it's a really good series, Joe. It's got like the Invisible Man. I really like this series. There's only about 7 or 8 books, and they're all great. The cover's great. The arts are great. 5?
Yeah.
5.
Were you looking that up?
No.
Don't be See, look at the grid. You are looking that up.
No.
Google.
Anyway, it is an awesome book, awesome series, and I really like it. And I like her as a character. She's not exactly the nicest person in the world. She survives by sucking the energy of all of her trysts in the middle of
another
night.
energy sucker person.
Another energy sucker person.
Mm-hmm. I
life
know women
choices.
like that.
Yeah, she's a dangerous lady. So speaking of ladies, and because I know that some of you guys are big DC fans and you get all excited about it, and you accuse me sometimes of only being a Marvel guy, which is not true. I mean, do you see any Marvel behind me? No. Well, maybe 1 or 2. Anyway, this was for less than $25 in an auction. which I was pretty happy about. That's Canadian. So, and it's still sealed.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's issues 1, 2, and 3. So that's the Toys R Us pack.
Wow. Cool.
That still has the board still has the date down here, which is 1987.
Holy crap.
So
that's a steal.
Wow, look at that.
Damn.
So the first 3 issues?
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3.
What was the original price on that?
The original price was 75 cents.
Holy
My
crap.
God.
And you
That's
could have gone to
amazing.
Toys R Us and bought it for $2.19 Canadian. So someone did, and then they didn't open it.
That's amazing.
That's a classic.
I thought
Great,
so,
terrific.
because
Great.
I do like the polybag packs, and with the cards up here, and just underneath here you can read the date. It shows the date on the card, and it's the right date. Like it's all packaged when these were released.
And everybody, and listen, chat, right here, right now, Mark is going to open that pack.
And right here, right now, no, he's not.
Now, Mark, that looks like it's a second print of it because the number 1 up in the corner there, it doesn't look like there's anything with it.
Up here,
Yeah, in there. Where
it says number 175, and it says fantastic first issue.
Okay.
So I think that's a first print, isn't it, Steve? I know you would have it. I could be wrong. Like it's a direct. It's not a newsstand.
People are taunting.
So what's the difference?
Well, this one, the first print, it's got 1 up in the corner that says 75 cents. Then it's got Canadian money, $1, UK, whatever.
Okay,
pence, 40
because
pence,
this one
and then
is that
February
one
87.
is yours a newsstand?
No, direct edition. But
Direct
I do have a
edition. So this has
newsstand.
got to be a second print then.
That's got to be a second print, yeah. Because usually the box up here is mostly blank. They don't have the pence. They don't have the American money for the second prints.
So this, I would say this is. I still like it. Is that okay?
Oh, it's freaking phenomenal. Because I think the second prints that they can be hard to find.
They probably don't have as many. I didn't even know there was a second print.
Yeah, and the fact that when you've got like the first 3 issues all tucked in here, and I'm not going to burn it, Jackson. But anyways, I think it's pretty cool. I was pretty happy because I do like to find these in poly packs. So that's me for the first round, Joe.
Still cool. Still cool.
Thank you, Tina. It's nice to feel a little bit of love out there as opposed to all this negativity. Anyway,
non-first print, Taylor. That's correct.
that's my first round, Joe.
That's your first round. Terrific. Milt, are you ready?
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay, let's get you there.
Okay, what I'll do is I was down at Reggie's Garage Con, and I picked up 3 books, and I'll show those first.
Okay.
I always like this.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Cool.
Superman patriotic book.
Yes, I love those too. Very nice.
Good flag cover, and I just thought this was fun. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Amazing Man number 1.
That's cool. I like that. It's almost like a Scotty Young kind of character.
Yeah, it's goofy. It's like from '86. So
I think that's a DeMatteis creation. He showed up in one of the Batman Brave and the Bold episodes.
Did he?
Oh, he did.
Well,
yeah, he did.
It's right up my alley. And he had an extra copy of this, so I figured I'd get it.
Nice.
Yep. Nice.
Pass it on to some other friends. So, what I have here is a stack of books for the month of November that I just like their covers. And at the very end, I have what I feel is the cover of the month. So here is Conan number 1.
Nice.
It is the Alan Quah 3rd print Virgin variant.
Wow.
So
Nice. It's a great cover. Look at that.
I think it's great art. And then this, I really love this kind of art. And this is the 5th print Colleen Doran Virgin variant.
Oh yeah, nice.
Of
Beautiful.
Conan #1. And I thought that was a nice one. I figure Gary would like those.
Yeah.
And then this is an Art Adams Fantastic Four book that I'm a big Galactus guy. So I always like, this is a 1 in 25 variant that came out recently.
Very cool.
Wow.
They did a good job with Galactus. So, and then this, I like a lot of the Golden Age stuff. And I thought this Green Lantern one
Yeah.
Mhm.
Out. Yeah.
was a really nice, well drawn.
And I hope they bring him into the DCU, the new movies, because I love Alan's Green Lantern. I hope they do a good job of it too.
Yeah, and of course there's the foil variant.
Shiny.
Mhm.
It's like a
that's nice,
Virgin,
yeah.
but it's a little bit nicer, I guess. But
Yeah, for $10. Yeah.
yeah. And this is the runner-up of the month, and this is a Will Jack. I just love this
Oh,
cover.
that's beautiful. Yeah.
He did such a great job with her.
Hmm.
And of course, there's the foil that goes with it.
Mhm.
Nice.
Now, how much I based on my new attitude towards new comics, I resisted the foils.
Yeah.
Now,
Because
because
I like them. This was $9. So
yeah, it's $9. That's right. That's
eh.
right.
And then here's to me the cover of the month, and it is a Universal Monsters Dracula, the Scotty Young variant.
Ooh,
Yep.
nice.
That is yeah.
That's a Scotty
pretty
Young.
cool.
Wow, he did a great job with that.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
different.
so.
Mhm.
I would be pleased if they kept this Universal Monsters thing going, and he did a Frankenstein and a
Yeah.
werewolf, and
Yep.
I think it would be nice. But
I think
we'll
so,
have
too.
to wait and see.
Hopefully
Okay,
they do.
so
That's
that's
cool.
all my month of November for you.
Fantastic. Chuck, you're up.
All right. Well, we've got some things here that I picked up from both local cons or local stores, and also see a couple things I got from Reggie on Whatnot of all places. So this happened to be on the wall, and I didn't have it, but it's got a great cover, a great 1970s cover. So we have a Doc
Oh
Savage
yeah. Yep.
number
Nice.
1 here.
Doc Savage.
It's got the frame cover, and I can't. That's my area Marvel right there. So
I just finished that series. There's 8 of them, right? I just
Okay,
finished
yeah,
it.
I've got 3 or 4 of them plus a couple of giant sized. So, this I picked up from Reggie, and I'm so happy to get it because I'm working on my Dave Stevens covers, and so
Yeah.
anytime I can get a pretty Dave Stevens,
Oh, beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
and you can't go wrong.
Wow.
You're lucky
can't
you
go wrong
saw
with
that
that.
before I did.
Yeah, exactly. That was an easy snag, and I also picked up a Silly Veronica book
Cool.
on there
Happy
too. I don't
holidays,
normally get these, but it was cheap, so why not? Let's see. At the local store, they had this Howling Commandos 1.
Yep.
Wow,
Supposedly,
look at that.
there's some first appearance of somebody in there if Marvel ever figures things out. But
that's a second appearance of the Living Mummy after his original series.
no, I think it's this young lady here it's her first appearance.
It's her
with
first
somebody.
appearance. I
Yeah.
thought that book was sought because of the Living Mummy, but it could be now because of her.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. It was on the wall, so it was $5, so why not? And then a couple of another eBay purchase, and I will be done with this round. So I worked on some Invaders. It's always a good thing to work on. So I got number 4. We're going to very politely ignore the grade on it that is not accurate. So
What's
yeah,
the grade?
Anyway, so needless to say, I'm not buying from this person again, but that's okay.
Uh-huh.
We'll forgive them. And a number 11.
Nice.
Again, continue to work on my run of Invaders. And then sort of following the Dave Stevens thing, well, I had the Dave Stevens cover of this already. I hadn't actually read the miniseries. So I'm vaguely curious to see if it's any good. It's an Eclipse comic, so I'm not holding my breath on this. But it is by Mark Evanier, so it might be good. But this is the Crossfire and Rainbow miniseries. And so you got a really nice cover here.
Wow. Eclipse.
You got this one with the Marx
titles.
Brothers.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Which is just
neat.
really cool. And I've been really rethinking Groucho's famous line of he never wanted to be a member of a club that wanted him. I nearly quoted that at work, but all the people who are under 50 would not have any idea who Groucho was. Forget that line.
Yeah.
We got number 3. And then, of course, the reason everybody wants it.
Oh,
Got
right.
Elvis.
Yep.
Another Elvis, and of course another Dave Stevens here. So
Nice. What year was that, Milt?
We may do one more Dave Stevens before the night is over, but we'll save that.
What is that?
Probably in the
I never
80s.
heard of this series before. Tell me a little bit about it.
So the Crossfire series was one of two regular series that Eclipse Comics did. It's this guy in the mask here, and he's some sort of, I don't know. It strikes me as a low rent John Sable.
Okay.
And there was the DNA agents, which I showed earlier, had a bunch of these superpowered characters, which Rainbow was one of them.
Oh, okay.
And he crosses over. There's Rainbow in her costume right there. And he crosses over like the last issue or two of either DNA agents, or she appears in like one of his shows or issues or something.
Okay.
And there's sort of a romance between them. And then it sort of blossoms from there. But so many of the Eclipse books are just completely forgotten about because most of them aren't. Well, they're not worth anything, and quite frankly, a lot of them aren't great. So, but I was curious to see this, and it was at a price, especially getting those other books, that it was worth taking a swing at. So. And
Listen, I love collecting stuff like that that's not really worth a lot to other people. If you like it or the covers are good, that's what I do.
And I'm curious. So we'll see.
Okay.
Maybe it'll be good.
Cool.
And maybe
you won't.
We got a box for that downstairs too. So
all right, Steve, you're up.
It doesn't have a shredder on the top, does it? That box?
No.
So I got the first one up here.
I see
I
that.
was so excited for this one to come back. Oh my God. I was just back in 82. Larry Hama started this series. And when he wrote the first issue, the editors got hold of it and they changed some stuff on it that annoyed the crap out of him for forever. So he was really happy that Image let him redo this book again and put the correct text and everything in there unedited. So this is the version that he meant to come out, which was really cool.
Nice.
So I was happy to see that, because that
didn't translate at all on your show about it, Steve, that you were excited about it.
No,
it was
because
I'm not really into G.I. Joe.
He's not discussing Mad Book, so we're not going to hear any fluctuation in the voice.
None.
I don't know how many
it's
more.
Too bad. I wish you had a little bit more excitement about G.I. Joe.
I should be excited.
Obviously, it's a secondary book for you.
Just to,
There's none left north of the border to buy now.
It looks that way.
They're all right here. I got it all covered. And a big shout out to Matt Woods. I'm part of the
there he is.
Yeah, Matt Woods,
newest member of the Gibbon Gang.
There we go.
I'm so excited about that. My first ASM Volume 1 book ever. I have no ASM Volume 1 books except this one now.
Nice.
So that's cool. And then my only real big purchase, because the second round I got a lot more to talk about, so I'll wait till that one goes. I picked this up in an auction.
Oh, very
I don't know how
nice.
good
Put it a
that
little bit
comes
so we
out.
can see better.
Yeah.
What is that?
I might have to hold that.
That's good. Yeah, nice.
Adam Hughes.
Yep.
Every time
Autograph.
you show an Adam Hughes, it just hurts me, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is issue 155 of volume 2. I'm working my way through volume 2, so this is the one I'm collecting right now. So I happened to go on to my comic shop, and they had all the auctions, and I won it at a pretty good deal, and it's got his little AH on there. So yeah, like those Adam Hughes covers.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah,
And that is my round one. Quick.
So is your goal to get all of them in a 9.8, or are you just trying to get all of them in general?
I'm just going to get them all general, and then maybe, when I become independently wealthy from my massive show, then I'll get all 9/8 of all 226 issues.
Right.
And I will be there to help you spend that money.
Yes, you
Mark's
will.
gonna go. Here's one. Here's one.
Yeah, there's one. Here's one.
What I
There's one.
found.
All right. I think it's my turn. Okay. So my first round, starting off, I just want to give a little bit of props to Schwolder Publishing. I did pick up the A cover for Marcus. Okay. But I also picked up the Jaff Comics exclusive. All right, that's there, which is really cool. This is by Tom Arresto, and of course Scott Polochik is the guy who wrote the thing. So I haven't read it yet. Has anybody here picked it up and read it?
Nope, not yet.
No. Okay.
Yep.
So okay. So I'm going to read it probably tonight after we finish this show, since I just got them in there. Two more things to show. One is I had just got this. I bought this off of Reggie's website, and he told me, "You want me to wait until you get down to GarageCon to give it to you?" I said, "No. I'll pay. Just mail it to me because I'm on a plane. I don't want to bring it on a plane." But talking about Dave Stevens, I did pick up one of the 9.6s that he had.
Nice.
All right.
Wow.
Okay. So that's kind of cool. That's
Very
there.
nice.
He had a couple of 9.6s and a 9.8 that was there.
More of the Eclipse comics.
Up,
Yep.
you know. And the
Eclipse
thing I
have
really
done
like
good
about this,
series.
besides a great Dave Stevens cover, I mean, it's really good. Yeah, Chris, if I don't fall asleep, that's true. I usually stay up until midnight. You know what I mean? But I didn't realize this until I got it, but alien encounters. I thought this was hilarious. Look at this. That's the back cover. Isn't that cool?
Everything but the kitchen sink.
Illustrated science fiction magazine for mature readers. Alien Encounters. I just thought it was so funny. So this is nice. I mean, it's a beautiful cover.
Yep.
9.6. I don't even know why it's 9.6. Probably has some ticks somewhere or whatever.
They don't know either in all likelihood.
Yeah, I
No
mean,
doubt.
the other thing is they don't even tell you. Sometimes they tell you what it is if it's a 9.0, 9.2. A lot of times I don't agree with them anyway, but when it's a 9.6, you don't know.
No.
They could maybe.
Well, unless you look at the color of the page, sometimes if it's an off-white to white, they'll bump it down to a 9.6.
Right, it could be something. Well, this says white pages on the top.
Oh, okay, you're good then. So it's
Yeah,
something dumb.
but I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
Now the other thing is that I got that I'll show in the first round. So I was down at New York Comic Con, right? And I was just there for one day. And every time I spend only one day there, I say I got to spend 2 days. But then when I spend the second day, when I spend the second day, I'm exhausted and I leave like at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right? So this time when I got there, I was just spending the one day there. I spent the whole morning chasing signatures, because the lines weren't so bad, but trying to get like a witness and that type of thing was a little bit more difficult. But I managed to get a few things, which I've shown already because they came in really fast. This one is my first CBCS slab ever.
Ooh. And
the reason I did that is this is a Wonder Woman #1. It's the 2002, I believe. Let me see if it says it on here. No, they didn't even say it, but I think it's a 2002 New York Comic Con exclusive. I picked up. So let me take it out of here so you can see it better. Actually, it's not so bad. Right there.
Oh, and you got the
Very
new
nice.
label
Very
too.
good.
That's the
Very
new
nice.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. A beautiful cover. I had this, I bought it, I guess, in 2002. And I was looking for books that I wanted to get signed. So I know that Art Germ was going to be there, right? Stanley Art Germ Lau.
Mm-hmm.
And I had picked this up actually at Midtown Comics in downtown. I went down there and I saw it. And it was actually signed by Tom King. He went there and he signed these books, right? So I wanted to get his signature verified. And so the only way I could do that is through CBCS.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go through the effort of getting a witness to get Art Germs witnessed and then get Tom King's signature verified, which I've got. So it says here, cover Stanley Art Germ Lau, story Tom King, verified signature Tom King, witness signature Stanley Art Germ Lau on 10/12/2023.
That's cool that they'll do both, that they'll have the witness and the verified.
Well, I
on
asked
the
them
same.
that when I went to their counter. I said, I got this here. It's got Tom King's signature on it. You know, I said, if I go online and get Art Germ's signature, will you do one of each? And they said, yeah, we can do that. I said, okay. Because if they were going to say no, I was going to say, okay, forget about it. Then that's
What was your turnaround time on that one?
very fast, because this was October 12th.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this came in the CGC ones came in like 2 weeks. It was unbelievable. I was surprised. I had 2 of them from them, and this was the 3rd one. And this just came in last week. Still very fast.
That is
So
quick.
I was so surprised about that, you know. And the slab is really hefty.
Yeah, that's their
I'd say
new
it's
one.
much better than the CGC slab. Very, very hefty. It's really, really good.
And I'm
it
digging
is a
that new
beautiful
label.
cover. As a matter of fact, today, I don't think I have it here, unfortunately. I think I've left it downstairs. But today I picked up another beautiful Wonder Woman cover. So I decided that I'm going to pick up these covers and just hold on to them and hope that I can get the signature from the artist.
Nice.
I mean, Wonder Woman is just, if it's done correctly, it's just beautiful. Supergirl is getting there, but Wonder Woman, if you get the right artist, and I mean, look at that. I mean, it's so beautiful. It's in my new comic book room when it gets done in a year. I want to have like a bunch of Wonder Woman things there.
That'll be awesome.
That's a great thing to decorate the room with. And
and my wife won't go down
Absolutely.
there, so that's okay. She won't even know about it, you know.
I will tell you, the CBCS turnaround is extraordinarily fast now. That Avengers I sent off, I expected not to see it again until Christmas, and it got in before we went to GarageCon, which just shocked me.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Now this they come back at 9.4. I never touched it. I didn't even read it. So the other ones that I handed in to CGC, both of them came back 9.8. Same thing. I mean, I didn't do anything. I just took them out of the box. They were books I had not opened up ever. But I think they said that there was some kind of, I forget what the notes were, to be honest with you. And that's not even that important to me. I mean,
9.4, it's near mint.
yeah, I mean, it's
9.4 with those signatures verified.
Book.
Yeah.
What's that?
9.4 with signatures verified, Joe. That's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, no, and I just listen. The 3 books I got signed are not worth a lot of money. I just did it because each one of the covers was, to me, a beautiful cover that I liked, and I just wanted to preserve it for that reason. And I wanted to get the signatures on them. If I didn't get the signatures, they're still nice covers.
Yeah.
But I just said, let me get the artist's signature on that. Like I had the Zatanna that was signed by DNA, and I forget which the other one was. So that's kind of what I spent the whole morning going from one area to the other trying to get signatures. So I'm glad that I got, and they came back so much faster, which was really terrific.
Nice.
So that's my first round, guys. So what does Trev say here? I will definitely use CBCS now with our connections and that label. Yeah. All right.
And that the slabs are very sturdy too.
I mean, the difference in the slabs is just amazing because I took them both out. This is the plastic, I guess it is. It's just so much thicker. You could feel that it's heavier, So it's they really did a good job.
Nice.
Yeah, I did that already, Gary. I guess I could do. I guess I could do it. I did scan it to find out what it was, and I did look at it, and I said, okay, but I don't remember what it was right now.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Mark. Round
Yes.
2. You ready?
Yep.
Cool.
And just even though Mr. Bigger was giving me a hard time, I want everyone to remember my first round. I did show a DC book,
You
a
did.
Wonder Woman book. He was late to the show. I gave DC some love. So there. Anyway, my next book is it really not a comic book, but it is a comic book because it tells a comic book story. And it's kind of cool. And you're gonna have to give me a second here. Yes, Chuck.
What? I was doing the math there. That's all. I'm just trying to make sure I follow the logic. That's all.
Okay.
Whoa! Look at that.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that a coloring book?
Oh
This
my.
is a coloring book.
Coloring book. Yeah.
It's a giant ass coloring book.
Huge.
Uncolored.
Oh, even better.
Even
Did they-
better. So
did you get your Crayola 64s out and getting ready to do some coloring in there?
How the hell did you find a bag for that thing? That's what I want to know.
Steve, where there is a will, there is a way.
That was built for you, wasn't it?
17 by 22.
Holy crap.
How many Mylars did it have to kill to make that?
I don't know. But so this comes out of a company in Pennsylvania in 1978.
Claim.
1978.
So again, some more DC love. But
You got to
what's
come
kinda
up here,
cool-
Trev, and get it.
So it's pretty cool. Like it's going to use up a little bit of wall space.
So that's a poster bag you got for
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah, it's a poster
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not very exciting on the back, but the
That's very
artwork is
cool.
cool. It was originally $2.98,
Mhm.
God.
and so I don't know if you can see that, but I found this online. So
Okay.
there's
Coloring
like
books.
there's
6.
Spider-Man, Superman,
9.
Spider-Man, Hulk, Wonder Woman, Batman, all in that size.
Nice.
When did these come out?
1978.
Wow.
And they also came out with these ones. These are called comic strip books.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you have you heard of those, Chuck?
I don't have
Those are
one,
neat.
but I've seen them. I don't own one, but I've seen one.
So
How
That's
big
a
are
good
those?
idea, Seth. We can
Yeah.
all show up and
Definitely
all
come
color a page.
you're not coloring the page. The comic strip books are 17.5 by 7 by 7.
Yeah.
So they're again like they're huge. So it's not surprising not many of them survived. You could also get Popeye, 3 Popeye books that size. The Flintstones was another one.
Oh, the Flintstones.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
So just because I know you guys like to go looking for stuff,
You're
Rabbit
such a,
hole.
You're such a tempting
Rabbit hole.
temptator,
rabbit
whatever the
hole.
word is I'm looking
isn't that
for.
cool though?
Yeah.
He's an influencer. He's the wizard.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I just thought I couldn't. So I bought that actually from Capcan in Brantford, and they were really happy because they sent my my nephew. Actually, his sister picked it up for me, and they were very ecstatic because they were trying to figure out how they could ship it.
Mhm.
That would have been
So-
tough to ship.
Yes, very. But and what the other thing that kills me is this cost me a grand total of $4.27 Canadian.
Wow.
Wow.
That's it.
Fantastic. Now that's a steal.
Well, because it just was listed as a coloring book, and
Right. So
and
so it just got the pulp pages inside, right? That
Yeah,
are just blank,
it's-
right? It's just
it,
blank lines in there or black lined images.
so yeah. So I'll give you.
A taste. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
That'll take a lot of crayons.
Man, that would take an entire box of crayons to do one page.
And yeah,
Does it say who does the art?
I've been trying to find if says that anywhere, and I haven't been able to find it yet. But it's got to be. Oh wait, I lied. Down here in the fine print, Joe Staton,
Mhm.
Staton,
Right.
okay.
and Dick Giordano did the cover.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So standard house style, in other words, for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Isn't that cool?
That is great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I agree, Trev. I'd put that on the wall too. It's
Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, it's
100%.
going on the wall somewhere. Anyway.
Things will have to be moved. Sacrifices will have to be made.
Well, no, because you always move stuff around on your walls, or it gets boring.
That's
So,
right.
speaking of Dick Giordano, 1964, a Charlton book.
Excellent.
I
Excellent.
love Sarge Steele.
Isn't that cool? I do.
Yeah.
Like it's not a huge series. They're not expensive. There's only 8 issues, and it kind of kills me. Like, this tough guy, and he's carrying a German Luger from World War II. Anyway, but
Now you know that Sarge Steele, because I showed some of those on my Charlton show.
Yeah.
Sarge Steele became then secret agent. They continued the number, the way Charlton was crazy with the numbers. They
Mhm.
continued the numbers, but it became secret agent, and he was still the star there. And they still followed the same thing with the case number being the issue number, technically.
So that they just continued on the numbers from issue 8 of this. Issue 9 was then the secret agent.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Okay.
I don't remember the numbers, but that was probably it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, this one was, I really it was an awesome shape.
That's
Again, they're not expensive books. They're really kind of cool.
He'd be a great guy for James Gunn to loop into Peacemaker too.
Yeah.
If he's already got 2 Charlton characters in there.
Yep.
He would be a cinch to just kind of slip in the background and have him as a foil for Amanda Waller.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That'd be a lot of fun.
And it became secret agent again because at that time with the 007 stuff coming out, that's when Man from Uncle came out. All these things and all the comic books, if they had something that looked like and he was just a private eye.
Yeah.
But suddenly became a secret agent.
Well, even this first story, Joe, it's the case of the Pearls of Death, and the bad guy is obviously the bad guy's half Chinese, half Russian.
Yeah.
And he's with the tong. So like 1950s, Yeah. So my next book, I'm only going to do 4. So I'm on my third book. This one is like, it's a major superhero that I know all of you know really well, from 1950. And again, the price was right, and I got all excited about it.
Space Ace.
Mhm.
Yes.
Excellent.
Isn't that art cool?
Oh,
Now-
That was an amazing cover.
Yeah,
I got
that-
one.
Yeah, that's a 1951 book.
Yep.
And I picked it up. It was an ad basically for
Yeah.
the in a pack. And I picked up a couple of them. And I think I gave one away to somebody, but I picked up a couple. It was my first attempt to get books that were kind of my birthday.
Oh, really?
Although this was
Okay.
not necessarily, I didn't know what month,
Yeah.
but it was 1951. So it's the first one that I bought that way.
This is I think November.
It
Maybe.
might have been. So it
Anyway,
wasn't the right
yeah.
month, but it got me down that road,
Well, it's got 11 vitamins and 9 minerals in a
Yeah.
pack. And if you drink it, then you become like a
One of these
superhero
dudes.
in space.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
They're around and you could find them if you look for them. And it's great because it's from 1951. So,
Yeah, and it's the art. I mean, it's classic 1950 space art. Like it's
that
got
beautiful?
bubble helmets and it's got night Brad. And
Spaceship.
I just thought it was really cool, and I love the artwork and they're kind of like these one-offs. Not many people are looking to collect something that
right. And I
make
found
you
out
know.
about that because Rob Fat Stacks found it.
Yeah.
So I
Did
immediately
he?
looked for it and I bought a couple of them from somebody who had 4. And I
Nice.
bought 2 and then I gave one away.
There's a lot of those floating around. I mean, it's surprisingly for the age of the book.
Yeah, and
And the condition too. It looks pretty nice.
oh yeah, it's really a very nice condition, and it's Bob Powell, who's like big time old golden age art. He did like Jumbo Comics and Chamber of Chills and like, so the art again, the artists are very cool. It's just, I really like it. So my last book is really, it is beat to death. It's beat to death. But my personal comic book shopper, my nephew Justin, who goes to he goes to antique sales and collectible sales, and he always has his phone, and he's always like, saying, "Hey, are you interested in this?" And he's flipping through a bunch of books, and he comes across this one, and he picked it up for $5. And now, because I am his favorite uncle, I have it. And this is 1952 was when it came out in the States, and then the rights were sold or given to Superior Publishing in Toronto for 1953, and this copy is printed in Canada.
Ooh,
Nice.
Look at that.
Wow, that is cool.
Interesting.
Monster. Big chunk out of the corner, unfortunately.
Big chunk out of the corner. The spine's beat to hell.
Yeah,
but
it's great.
The art's still there.
The art's still there. What's really interesting is this is a Canadian imprint. I didn't realize that it was a Canadian book, but it's an American book. But this one, they gave them the rights to print it in Canada, and so there can't be too many of these around.
No,
I wouldn't think.
Great cover too.
No.
Nice.
What year was that one?
1953. So the original one came out in 1952 November. This one was printed in Canada in 1953 in January.
Cool.
So pretty close. And I can't tell you how much it was because, it's 10 cents for it. Sorry, it is still there.
Who's the publisher on that one?
The Canadian publisher is Superior Publishing, but Fiction House printed the original one. And there's only 2 issues to that series, Monster 1 and 2. Issue 2 is a lot harder to find and worth substantially more money than this one. But
really?
even in this condition, it is worth a lot more than $5. $5 Canadian.
Yeah.
So in other words, he's still hired. In other words, he hasn't been fired yet from his job.
Oh, my nephew?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. And I can guarantee you he's probably going to watch us, and now my phone's going to explode because he's going to start asking for money and rights
and all that.
Yeah.
Right.
So but yeah, I was pretty happy about this.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's very cool. It's one of those neat books that I thought I would never see, even though, it's all beat to crap, but it's cool. And
Seth was asking if you would A-OK the book to him.
Similar to what I said to Milt about something there, take a picture.
Screenshot it.
When I get 2, maybe, but but if I get 2, I suspect my nephew will want it. So anyway, that's my books for the show, Joe.
Very nice, Mark. Thank you. Milt, I think you're next, right?
Okay. Sure. These are just books I got during the course of the month.
Yeah.
The first couple I got on the Whatnot show.
Okay.
Princess of Comic Games has a show on Saturday nights at 6 p.m. And this is some I got here. This is a Batman foil version. Wow. It's the 1 in 50 Jock foil variant.
Oh, Jock, that's good. I like Jock. Yeah.
That's cool.
Batman 122 from June of this year, or June of last year. Excuse me.
That's a nice cover.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. And then I like these because they were just sexy covers that I didn't know the Thunderbolts, a Marvel book, put out. 77.
Oh yeah.
Milt has one of the best collections of sexy covers, I believe.
Yes.
Well, that's 77. Then we have 78.
Don't be like that loser. I like that.
Yes.
I'm feeling you, dog.
Just don't read the story inside of those. That's all I'm saying.
And
black
79.
and blue with bread all over. I love it.
It's like
I
reading
just
a
thought
magazine.
these were great covers.
That's
And
hilarious.
I should have had one of those mature things like Sith Lordly does with spine ticks that comes on. Mature only.
Yeah, mature content now. Warning, warning.
And this, I figure Gary will appreciate this. This is a guy named Tim Shin signature. He did the this is a blank sketch cover, and this guy did the sketch and the signature.
Oh,
very
Again,
nice.
number
Gary, look at that, Gary.
man.
Oh,
Wow.
Gary will lose his mind.
Oh
one.
my
And I just
God,
thought that one was pretty nice,
that is
That's
pretty
very
nice.
and the guy did a good job. So
Very
then-
nice. I like that.
I found this, believe it or not, just 2 weeks ago, and I've gotten a bunch of Miss Meow books, but for some reason or other,
Just even the name.
Meow.
I didn't.
Okay,
I
before
didn't
you
have
show
the
it, all the
cover.
kids leave the room.
Holy crap.
I
Miss
just thought this one was
Meow.
nice.
Oh, Joe
She's
Mark,
wearing
settle
more than
down.
a
Settle
Thunderbolt
down
lady
there,
there
boys.
to do
Sort yourselves out.
constellation.
But that's she looks pretty good there.
Yeah, just a little bit, eh? That's neat.
That's an understatement.
Okay, well, along the same lines, now here's a classic Dave Stevens cover, perhaps one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Oh,
Johnny
nice.
Quest.
The Johnny
Yes.
Quest cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go Jezebel Jade.
Yep.
I just like that one, and it's in good shape and everything, so that's cool. And then this one I got from this is from Whatnot a couple weeks ago. What the hell is that guy's name? Paper Street is the name of the show, and this was on there, and I got this. This is a 1 in 50 negative space variant of the Green Ranger, and I got this for like $6 or $7. Nobody was there, so
Look at that.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
it's kind of neat. And I remember my son, my oldest one, used to watch the Power Rangers, and his favorite role was always the Green Ranger. So I'll be giving that to
That's a
him.
nice one.
Pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Mhm.
Negative space covers are cool.
Yeah. And then this is I had this a long time ago, but I picked up another copy a couple weeks ago. That's Godzilla versus Barkley.
Oh my God.
I just
What in the hell is that?
I collect a lot of sports covers, and
Is that
And
a
this
sport?
was-
What
What's
the hell?
that?
What is he holding up?
What kind of sport is that?
Sold up a basketball, probably.
Charles Barkley is like one of the
Oh yeah,
great-
but
We know who he is.
we know who
Okay.
he is. I'm just trying to figure out what's coming out of Godzilla's mouth.
Well,
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 it's something different.
more X-rated.
It's
Oh.
something different. Okay.
Yes, it is.
I'd say.
Kind of neat.
And then this is now I like some of Peach Momoko, but a lot of the stuff that she does is total crap. And this is one that she did that I think is pretty good. This is the Frankie's Comics Virgin exclusive of Usagi Yojimbo. It's a good thing I write all this shit on the back of this. you
Yeah,
know?
see, it's important.
Wanderer's Road back in 2020. And
That's a nice one. Yeah.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah.
cool.
yeah, it's just I
simple.
really like it. She did
Yeah.
a nice job.
It
Yep.
is nice.
Very nice.
Her signature
then-
would look great on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Mark, this is what I was telling you. I got this
Yeah.
on a Whatnot show on
Okay.
the Comic Games. The guys have their own show like 3 hours ahead of that. And this is Fanco Enterprises put out Chronicles for the X-Men,
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
for
Okay.
the Fantastic Four
Chronicles.
back
Okay.
in 1980 or so.
Was it like a fan magazine or something like that? If I remember.
Nah, it was
No?
basically they were trying to make money.
Oh, well,
And
unlike most
Wow.
publishers.
Daredevil.
Okay.
I mean, what's interesting, like this is a Frank Miller cover.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is a John Byrne cover. And this is a Dave Cochran cover, which is
Wow.
they had some good artists do it.
So they had good artists. So Chronicles.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then this is the Avengers Chronicles. And this was who did this one? Oh, this is a George Perez
That's
wraparound
Perez.
cover,
Wow.
Yep.
which is kind of neat. And then Spider-Man, and this is another John Byrne cover.
That's a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it just covers like everything you want to know about like the first 150, 200 issues of each one of those books.
Yeah, see, that's what I remembered. Jackson says a lot of the book is an index of the title. Tells you what would come out. Yeah. Okay.
And then here's my final other books I got as a AOK from a real good friend of mine. I was on Gary's show a while back, a couple weeks ago, and I was showing some slabs that I had that were signed. And I got this one signed by Stan Lee, which is kind of neat. Yeah. And but I never had the book. So my friend, she gave me this book.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I really like a lot.
Yeah.
And then I think this is the San Diego Comic-Con version of that.
Nice.
And then here's what's kind of really cool. The artwork.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Holy cow.
Which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
Kind of neat.
Just a little neat.
Well, no, I
Somewhat
think that's kind of neat.
It's only kind of neat. Come on.
Well, I really appreciate that. And lastly, this is my last book I'm going to show. And I pride myself on having all of the Howard the Duck books that come out. And, even like the homages and crossovers and stuff. Like if you're going to be going to the comic book store this coming Wednesday, there is a Howard the Duck variant of Daredevil. It's going to be out this coming Wednesday. I recommend everybody pick it up. But
let me write that down so I don't forget.
The new Daredevil one, isn't it? The black armor one or whatever.
Yes,
it is.
the black armor.
Yeah.
But this is something epic. Number 1, May of this year. I just got this, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
This was a Bird City Comics exclusive of that book, done by Hal Lairn, and he did a 3D homage to the Howard the Duck movie.
That's why it's all fuzzy.
Okay.
Yes. But it's I'm glad I got this. I hadn't seen this. And
did it come with 3D glasses? Are the glasses in there?
No, it's just the cover effect.
Just the cover, okay.
Yeah, the book itself is not. But I mean, this is so nice. This is I mean, it brings a tear to my eye to know that I found something I don't have. But I'm very happy.
Yeah, good.
I got to talk to that guy over in England. I'm still looking for some English Howard the Duck books.
Still looking, Milt.
Yeah, well, we'll find a guy over in England. He'll have a shitload of them that he's wanting to get rid of, and hopefully we'll get them.
We'll get them.
Milt, did you say Howard the Duck? What did he say?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
DuckTales, the animated series.
No. Nah.
Simple answer. No.
That was a simple answer.
No.
Yeah,
all right.
No, it's
Thanks,
not.
those are good books.
But
I'm
anyhow,
sorry. You finished? You done?
Yeah,
sorry. I don't want to step on your toes. I thought you.
Well, no, these are all recent books.
Cool.
I'll try to do what in December coming up, December 8th, 9th, and 10th. There's the Steel City Con in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make a point of picking up some older books there that I don't have.
Mm-hmm.
If you have another show at the end of,
we'll make sure it'll be after the 10th then.
Well, that would be highly beneficial. I mean, I don't know what else. I mean, I'll see if I can find any coloring books. How about
there? You go.
That'll be worthwhile.
You'll need a big backpack.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I find I have a Howard the Duck coloring book. Believe it or not, it came out back in 1986. So there is a Howard the Duck, except it's a magazine size Howard the Duck color and book.
And Matt's going to go with you.
There you go.
Do any of you guys collect stamps at all?
No.
Okay.
What do you mean, postage stamps?
Yes.
Yeah, I have some.
Okay,
First day covers I really collected more.
Okay. Well, one of the things I did find when I was just scavenging earlier was like Marvel and DC characters on stamps and stuff. It's kind of neat.
Yep. Yeah, they came out with a bunch up here as well. They did a whole series of Superman Canadian postage stamps.
Yeah.
Did you rag those or not?
I don't know if I've got some, but I don't know if you can still get them or not. But
well, okay, that's all I got, Joe. I wish I had.
Okay, Chuck, I think you're up, right? Or did you go already?
Yeah, I know I'm ready. I was waiting for the next tangent to.
I'm sorry, Milton. Those meow covers just kind of. I lost all sense of what was going on. So
I was worried I was going to have to find postage stamps now because I'm not sure we have any in the house. So,
I tend to ramble. I'm sorry, Chuck.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I just you figure out which way the river's going. So I'm gonna start off here. I got a great AOK from Dave Bratton, who knows how much I love Shazam, and
nice.
So he gave me this great. This was an exclusive at the movie theater.
Very
I was so happy to get this from him.
That is awesome
because I love the character, and it was a fun movie, and so it was just really great to get this from him. So nice. That's awesome. When I was at Reggie's, I picked up a bunch of cheap Expresso books. And I realize that's stating the obvious there, but it's one of those weird series that DC did in the 90s. Where they tried to make the villain the central character, and sometimes it worked. And then there's all the other times where it really didn't work so much. But another one here.
That's cool.
It reminded me though that I actually needed one of them because it was the last Peacemaker appearance I needed of the original Peacemaker who came over in 1985. And he was in 3 issues of Expresso. In fact, he was killed in Expresso, along with just about everybody else on this cover. So, as we know in comics, if you put all these obscure characters who nobody's ever heard of together on a team, it's either the start of a new series or it's the bar with no name. This is the bar with no name. So, like the only one that was even hinted at staying alive was this guy right here, because he actually had more than 3 fans. You didn't have to go to the store to ask. So who is this person and why do we care? It's this, in all seriousness, the series is really not that bad. It's a lot of fun, and it was a good attempt from them to do something different. And while I was getting that at my store, and you'll notice all the dust that's still on this, I had to pick up.
Oh, look at that!
Wow,
nice. This guy too here.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think he's been sitting on the wall at the store for like a decade now.
Forever.
So
no love for Expresso.
No love for this run of figures, actually, though I do have the Zatanna and Spectre and what was the other one? Phantom Stranger, I think, downstairs. The mystical ones I've got downstairs. So this will fit in nicely with the rest of them. I'm not a big figure guy, but I can make an exception. Also from Reggie's Bins, I grabbed a really nice Power Girl cover because he had Power Girl 27 slabbed, but that was a little out of my price range. This was not, though. So this was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was neat to get. I'm also the one who he was upset at for grabbing the Zatanna book from him from the New York Con. Ooh. And so here it is right here.
Shiny.
All things Zatanna. It's, that's me. All things Zatanna. So
I agree. Any nice looking Zatanna cover or Wonder Woman cover, I'll pick it up. I don't know what the story's about. I don't care. I'll just pick it up.
It's just going.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Seth, I would agree with you. I love Power Girl too, but that series by Amanda Connor, the reading of it, it never really attracted me much. I mean, the covers were awesome, but the stories just they weren't worth getting. And Gary B, I love that series. That is a character who is so underappreciated. I really like Aztec. So I picked up a slab at Reggie's, and you've seen this slab already, but we'll see it again because so many people love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I continue my Dave Stevens work here.
Good stuff.
This is just, I've got this raw, but this is in much nicer shape than my raw book is. And so I couldn't not take it. So
No, you had to. Yeah.
And the last one I got from a guy on Facebook. His name is Angelo Barbarino. Barbarito, I think. He does I need to pull up Carbuga Comics is what he does his auctions under. He does some really interesting stuff. He does it about once a month or so. And he does slabs. He does a lot of old stuff. This is a place where a lot of the panel members could get in a lot of trouble on his auctions. Because he has really nice raw books that are well graded, and he has a nice variety of raw books. He's got some crime, he's got some horror, he's got romance, he's got superheroes, a little bit of everything. Now, the books tend to go for more than I can afford, so thankfully that limits how much damage I can do for myself. But every once in a while, I'll get lucky and I'll be able to buy something. So I got this book raw from him, and I said, "Hey, would you press and clean it, send it off to CGC for him?" He said, "Sure, be happy to do that." And I've got on there the grade that he predicted it at, and the grade it came back at. So it is a Ghosts. It's Ghost 7.
Ah, look at that.
And he added it a 9294 before the press, and it came back a 96.
Nice.
So second highest grade on the census. This series is just awesome. The covers for the first 20 issues just rock the world.
Who did that? Who did the covers?
This cover is a Kaluta cover.
Yep. Yeah, he did a lot of the Ghost covers.
And he did a bunch of them. And and it's amazing with all the DC horror that is going crazy right now as we're watching, Weird War Tales go nuts, and House of Mystery has gone crazy, and all this other stuff. This series, I think, is just waiting to take off. And again, especially those first 25, 30 issues, I think, are just really awesome investments. And I know the first handful of them are this one, not necessarily, but first handful of them are the 52 pagers also. And so this was just a really cool pickup. I was so glad to get it. Nobody else was bidding on it because it wasn't that valuable of a book. And it's still not a super valuable book, but it's high grade bronze horror. So, you can't go wrong with that. So, and that's all I've got for this month.
That's a great book. That was a 20 center. So when did they come out? What was the series? When did it come out?
So it came out in 71, I think.
Yeah.
Early 70s.
70s, yeah.
Yeah, so this one is this book is August of 72.
Okay.
So probably late, I think it was, and this was once every 2 months. So I want to say it was probably September, October of 71. Yeah, thank you, Jackson. Yeah. So it's not quite as old as me, but it's close to it. So none of them qualify as a birthday book for me.
Yeah, I gotta look. I have a box downstairs of some of the comics Mom let me keep that I haven't really gone through. To see what's in there. I mean, I know what's in there. I have to look because I have some House of Secrets, some other things like that. I got to see if I have any of those. Doesn't ring a bell though. Doesn't ring a bell. But, yeah,
they're awesome books. It's one of my favorite like that kind of stuff series. The artwork and the stories are always cool.
And honestly, the last 10 from 100 on, those stories aren't half bad for an 80s DC horror. And the Spectre was in, I think, 97 to 99.
The Spectre, right? Yeah.
See, and that's how I got into the Ghost series, was with the
Yeah.
Spectre
Yeah.
showing up. So
Yeah, because I like the Spectre. I collect some of his books and stuff. You know, I haven't focused in on it yet because I'm trying to finish some other, like the Doc Savage and a few of the others first. But the Spectre is kind of on my list there. But that's kind of because it sounded so familiar, and that's why, because the Spectre was in it. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Cool.
Good.
all right,
Very nice, Chuck. Thanks,
thank you.
Mr. White.
That was very cool. I like
Wasn't
that.
that?
So I got just one book, but I promised you guys it was something weird because
I know you kept saying we had to wait for this one book.
Yeah, because it's going to be something weird. So this is the book, but I got a side LC, my side LCS in Oshawa, Mike, something, one of these names. He called me up and he says, Steve, I got something weird. I don't even know how to price it because I don't know what the heck I've got. So he showed me these things and I went, okay, they're weird, but it's cool. And it all comes from this book. Okay. So this is Wonder Woman, Volume 2, number 22. Lovely George Perez stuff. But what I got is 8.5 by 11 printed sheets that are like proofs or something of the interior work of the book. Wow. And I have 13 of these. They're all numbered for the pages with little edit remarks on each page, which is really freaking cool because I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah, if you look on eBay, they're I forget what they call them. There's a name for them. Yeah, and basically you're right. It's used to finally print the pages.
Yeah. So on the top of this one here, it's like something about changing the color of something.
Right.
Right. So
you get the notes on it, which is cool.
Yeah, little notes to saying, what changes need to be made for each page.
Right.
Nice.
So did you tell him they were worth $1 a page, probably?
Yeah, so you got them $1 a page?
Yeah, I think I only paid like 20. There's 13 of them, and I think I paid like $20 or something. So I actually compared them to the inside pages, and some of the coloring on some of the characters is different in the actual book.
Wow, you only paid $20. You paid $20 for all of them?
Yeah, for all 13.
Well, I'll tell you something, because I've looked at some of them, like for Booster Gold and stuff like that. They don't go as much as original art, obviously.
No,
but
because
$20 for the 13 is like dirt cheap.
That's
they're printouts. Like I said, it's 8.5 by 11, and it was just like printed out on a printer, and back in the 80s. And
that's really cool.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
That's a nice pickup, Steve.
I've never come across anything like this, so I guess this is the closest to like original art that I've ever owned, even though it's not really original art, but it's like edits.
That's a great pickup.
And they probably would have just fired these in the garbage afterwards, right?
Probably.
And somebody grabbed or kept them or whatever, and then he said he got them from a private collection, so they didn't come from a retailer or anything.
So that would have cost you guys $15.
Yeah.
Man,
that's a great price. I would have jumped at that myself.
So I'm trying to figure out how to display this. Like I want to put like all these pages, then have like this one in the middle and have it like on a big frame so I could hang it up on the wall.
It'll look really good in your living room.
Yeah, I think it would. Along with my other Wonder Woman poster and my Stan Lee and all the other cool stuff that I got in that room too.
Trev, that's why we have this show.
Yeah. Another rabbit hole.
And money.
Another rabbit hole.
Like finding weird things like this. So yeah, I'd like to find out what the name of them is. So Joe, you've seen something like this before, right?
I can't remember now, but I'll DM you with it. Yeah, because I've seen it. They're not always there, but I was looking for there was one page of a Booster Gold original art that I kept on following the guy for. And I just thought he was asking too much for it because it was just a really good page with Booster on it. A lot of times the cheaper ones you see like his head or something, it's not really him. And so because I kept looking at this until I finally gave up on it because the guy wouldn't come down on the price to make it more reasonable for me, I came across these other things. They're not cells, which are on kind of the plastic.
Yeah.
It's different. But I don't know if I could find any more because it seemed that it was one guy who was listing these things.
Yeah,
So
he
it might have
wrote
been
on here.
like a collector like this guy that happened to come across them, maybe had a connection with DC or something like that.
Yeah, it says He said Matt wrote what did he write? Pre-print proof sheets. It's a lot of P's.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they're called. I don't know. See, and
maybe
he couldn't figure out what to. So $20. I said, sure.
It's artist proofs. Yeah. See, Jackson saying they could work 20 to 50% more than any limited editions. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Mhm.
Wow.
That's
you got a good price on those.
That's awesome. Well done, Steve.
Yeah.
Very
Excellent.
So my one weird one. There you go.
That's great, though. I love those.
That's awesome.
Well done. All right, so I'm coming up with the rear end here on this thing here. Don't no jokes about rear end, please. Okay.
That was
So
Small package, big package, rears, fronts.
I know.
Miss
The minute I
Meow.
said it, I regretted it.
This show's been all over the place.
it has.
Kids,
Man.
look away. Avert your eyes.
Avert your eyes.
So so I was telling I guess it was Milt or whoever I was telling, or maybe it was Mark, but every now and then I just decide to go on like Hip Comics or something like that. And there's a couple of people that I look for because they usually have comics that older ones sometimes and not very expensive, and so I did manage to pick up a few from there as well as some others. Yeah, I know. Okay. So this is from a guy, Anthony's Comic Book Art and Collecting. He has art. He has a website also, but he has a big store on Hip Comics. And this was just, I saw this and I don't know, it was the 100th Centennial edition or whatever with some shiny thing. It was the death of Clark Kent, not Superman. The death of Clark Kent, like a shiny cover.
Yeah.
And I think it's like $4 or something like that.
Nice.
So it said, well, I don't know, Centennial. I don't know what Centennial means. But I like the shiny stuff. And instead of the death of Superman, it was the death of Clark Kent. So I said, okay, I'll pick this one up, $4. And then special 48-page issue, Superman number 50, Crisis of the Crimson Kryptonite, another one from Anthony's Comic Shop. And I like it's all K's at the bottom. So I don't even know what this means. But it's from 1990, this one. And Mr. Mitsiplik is part of this thing. But what it said here when I looked it up was that I keep mispronouncing his name, Mitsiplik or whatever. It's shown this. I remember reading about this, that the Impossible Man in the Marvel books was patterned after him, or he was patterned after the Impossible Man. And supposedly in this book, Mitsiplik, I know I'm not pronouncing it right, is shown to be, excuse me?
It's close enough, Joe. You're good.
Yeah, Mitsiplik or something. Is shown to be the Impossible Man. And I had read about this and I known about this. So I picked this up. I haven't looked inside because they just came in a few days ago to see what it was all about. But it was kind of interesting. And so I just picked this up to see what the story was about it.
And of course, the other big thing about that one, that's the one where Clark Kent proposes to Lois. That's why.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's why it went like off the rails when it came out. Because I remember that being a $15, $20 book in whenever 1990, 1991, whenever it came out. And
now I paid $3 for it.
Yes, that's why you don't buy books from certain people, and you go scrounging through their black and white books at the bottom, hoping that he missed something, because otherwise it's going to be priced 8 times what it needs to be.
Yeah,
that's true.
Did she say yes or no?
You had to wait a few issues to find out. Even back then.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went for some older books from Anthony's. So Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 5.
Yep.
From 1973. Classic. Nice cover.
Yeah. Good book.
Good
$3.
Book. $3 is awesome.
Yeah.
Batman number 266.
Cool.
This one was $3.99. So
they're classic.
A little bit more on that one. This is from 1975.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Marvel Superheroes figuring Hulk and Submariner, number 55.
Nice.
Okay.
From 1976. This
Hulk
cost me
in New York
$2.99.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this is one that I had seen before, and I didn't have it. So Avengers 230. I didn't have a lot of Avengers books. I didn't have this one. Avengers 239 with
David. Yep.
No.
David Letterman on the cover.
That's right.
You know? And interestingly, this is from 1984, I think it is. This cost me $5 because Dave Letterman's on the cover.
Right.
But it says here, I don't know if I could show this really well. It's
Focus.
not too clear.
Okay.
But it says here, warning, surgeons have generally determined that Assistant Editors Month is dangerous to your health. So apparently there's something in there. It's Assistant Editors Month. So I'm not sure what that means, but that was kind of cool. So I figured I wanted to have this.
They turned the entire Marvel line over to the assistants editors, where they did a bunch of goofy stories and whatnot, and blamed it on the assistant editors. That's the same month they had the Marvel team up with Aunt May and Galactus.
Yep.
Among other strange things. They also had a Fred Hemblick cover for a Spectacular Spider-Man and some other stuff. So,
yeah, that's cool.
Very cool.
Hey. All right. And what does Gary say? Below them, remember, you have to get the SNL.
Yeah.
I have the SNL one.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's why I went for this one. Yeah. All right. Then I saw this on Anthony's thing, and I never saw this before, and I haven't opened it up. I haven't opened any of these up yet. But this is the Masterworks series, Great Comic Book Artists, #1 from spring of 1983, and
Oh yes.
Was that
whoa.
Yeah, that is a great series, Joe.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. $4 for this one.
That's really good.
That's a great
Wow.
cover.
Looks
Fantastic.
in good
cover.
shape too. Black
Yeah.
cover. Oof.
It's in very good shape. Anthony thinks it's a 7.0.
Wow.
Nice.
That's fine. I don't
The
know.
gold really pops at the top on that one.
Yeah. So it's cool. So I have to look through some of these. I'm going to definitely look through this one. Then I got this one from 1980 something or other. First appearance of Tom Drake as Robin, I understand. And that's Batman 442. Is it 89, I think? Something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. I like the the bat signal in the yellow. I always like that way.
Yeah. Yellow covers.
And DC Comics are not just for kids, just in case
There you go. Neither is this show.
Where's Richard? Where's Richard? Is he? No, that's Trev. Where is he? Oh, here he is.
Richard, bro.
Hey, Rich, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. All right. And then, because I like Charlton, got a bunch of Charlton books,
Well,
and I love
who doesn't.
big science fiction guy. I used to read science fiction all the time. The Foundation trilogy, I, Robot, all that stuff in that past. Still have those books I read. But then I came across this, and this was not from Anthony. I don't remember who I got it from, but I just thought it was great. It needs a new bag and board though. But this is
Fell off the
Space
back of the truck.
War. I don't even know what number it is. I guess I should have looked it up, but it's Space. Just a great cover, Space War.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
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 There we
Those are
go.
cool.
It's a Bonomo. Now I should have looked. I should have wrote down what the number was. Sorry, I didn't do that. But I did look and see how I could win Bonomo Turkish taffy because when I was a kid, I used to smack it and crack
Oh
it.
yeah.
That was what I used to
Good
do.
stuff.
So that was the best thing like that. And so you could win like a bicycle, a bunch of different things. So it was really, really quite interesting what you could win with that. Okay. What's that saying?
I don't think you can send in for it now though.
I'm not
I
sure
know.
you should be able to chew it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I hated chewing it. That was bad,
It was like cardboard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in this cover, and it just was like great with the whatever this is, grabbing him. Of course, he's got the partial bubble helmet on,
Yep.
which is really cool.
Right.
And it's a bunch of short stories, if I remember correctly. Just glance through it really quickly. Now this one, another Charlton, the all new Phantom #74, and this is just the way it came. I could take it out of this big thing. You put it in a magazine holder, whatever. But this was from Anthony's also.
Nice.
That's just a
From
great cover.
1977. It's you were talking about the Superman, patriotic. I have a bunch of patriotic covers.
Massive.
And I saw this one and I just had to go grab it.
Yeah, that is awesome. I love the flag covers.
Yeah, I never saw a Phantom like that, but if I see one a patriotic cover that I like, it says number 74 at the top. So
well, why not? Purple tights,
Rickworks
a sword, and a gun. Perfect.
He says 24, but it says 74.
That's your space one he's referring to.
Oh, space one? That's 24?
I think that's what he's referring to.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. So I just love this cover.
It's Don Newton,
the flag
cover,
and
I believe.
the background on this.
Is that who that is, Chuck?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Google.
What was that?
That one I do actually have to look up, but I've got it in my collection. So
Googling.
1977, number 74. This cost me a little bit more. I don't remember that much.
It was worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, the barcodes.
Don Newton.
Yeah, the barcodes came in a little bit later, on that.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see. The last one I got. So I'm a big Doc Savage fan. I've been collecting, trying to I think I closed out the Marvel series. I'm looking for some of the DC series. And somebody mentioned here the magazines. I do have number one, I believe. And I managed to see and pick up number. Let me take it out of the bag here. Number 8.
Ooh.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a good series. The artwork and the stories are good.
Yeah,
just painted covers, just phenomenal.
I love them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I've said a number of times, the 50 cents paperbacks were the reprints of the 1930s books and so forth. I mean, I've got a bunch of them downstairs. And so I'm just kind of trying to get as much of these together as I can. And then one day I'll just kind of show them. But
nice.
now, Chris, it's not Randy Savage, who passed away a few years ago.
No, Chris, it's Doc Savage.
Doc Savage, yeah.
The DC run of that was really good back in the 80s. They had a limited run of that, and the artwork was great on those books.
Yeah.
So
I like the magazine because it's depicted the way Doc Savage was from the books and the pulps.
Yes. And the covers of the 50 cent paperbacks had those same covers on them and so forth, with them. So that was really good. So, I mean, I'm not looking at these, looking to find these directly, but if I come across one, I have where's my list? I have my little list here of things I'm looking for.
Oh, look at that. That's organized.
Doc Savage Marvel magazine. I think I have, I have 6, 7, and now this one, 8.
You have to cross that off the list.
Yeah, I did already, but I have to update the list. I'm going to a con tomorrow up a little bit upstate from me, in Fishkill. It's Iacon 2, which is the independent artist and comic book convention. Izzy is going to be there from Izzyverse.
Nice.
So I never met him before, so I'll go there. So I'm going there tomorrow. So I'm going to bring my list with me, see if I can pick up something from my list.
Always good.
2 pages that's there. So so that's
that was a pretty good haul, Joe.
That was really
good.
Not bad. And some of those, like those Anthony things, were pretty cheap. You can't really go wrong with that.
Yep.
So what is Steve White made me buy G.I. Joe number 1? Now I'm going to have to add this series. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with watching this show, but we're glad that happens with you.
Send you down the rabbit hole every time.
Yeah, rabbit holes are good. They keep you young and stuff. Want to see a new rabbit hole, Joe?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
wait a minute. I got to see this a little bit bigger here now. Where are you? Yeah, let's see. Here we go.
Oh, McDonald's little puzzle page things. Yeah.
It's a McDonald's Happy Meal bag.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Come on. A McDonald's Happy. Where do you find these things, Mark?
He's got a guy.
Yes,
How many of them do you have?
I only got 2.
I remember
Never
those
been
things.
used. Not like who? Why? Like like
I
they're
know.
How did you find like they don't smell of hamburgers or French
no,
fries?
they
or
were
anything?
never used.
They're all in package, yeah.
But I mean, how do you resist a McDonald's Happy Meal with Spider-Man on it?
What year was that?
I think it's 80 something.
Yeah. I was working at McDonald's then, and I got a lot of those.
Do
You
you?
did.
Yeah. Yeah. All the
You-
toys too. Like they had
Yep.
those Fraggle Rock toys and all that stuff.
There you go.
back then.
So this cost me a grand total of $2.
There you go. Beautiful.
Nice.
They made like a gazillion of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could sell them now, Steve, for like gazillion dollars.
$2.
Yeah. That's it. Independently wealthy.
Independently wealthy.
You know, Jackson, I was talking with Rob Fatstacks, because he has like the Monday thing, he does it every. So I said, and this is even before I did like the multiple things, because it's much better having everybody here, because you see so many different things that you would never see and I would never know about. But I told him, I said, you do this every week. I said, I do it once a month. He says, that's a lot more economical.
Yeah.
What's
Gather
that
up.
saying here? You know how I refuse a Happy Meal with Spider-Man, and that's because I'm hungry.
He's hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a great show, I have to say. I mean, guys, you outdid yourself on this show. We all had some really great stuff to show here, And I only wrote down I wrote down 3 things.
Same here. 3.
Not necessarily. I mean, I'm just going to I'm not putting it on my list, but I'm going to keep it like on the separate list, to see what's out there and see how that works out, But yeah, thank you so much. It was good.
Phantom 74.
Yeah.
Phantom 74. Yeah, you wrote that down. That's it. There was a few more there, so you might want to take a look. It was on Hip Comics. There was about two or three of them I came. Oh no, what is that? Hip? It was either Hip or eBay. I forget now which one it was. So so let's see. Chuck, Steve, Mark, Milt. Anything coming up for you guys that you want to talk about?
Well, I'm gonna get to guest star as a professor soon.
Yes,
for
on
Joe.
December
So-
6th is the next Anachronic College of Comic Book Knowledge. And I want to tell people out there, I don't have anybody for January, February, or March, I'm putting up my money on December 6th. We're going to have Doug Bratton, and Chuck is going to be a professor along with Gary B on that
Nice.
show. We're preparing our questions. And so if you want, there are I have the link in all of my videos now. Just click on it, fill out the form, send it to me, and I'll contact you. I'm giving away money to your favorite charity. So, you don't want to do it. Money's going to my pocket. Going to buy some comics with it, but I'd rather give it to a charity. So, yeah, I'm specking on Miss. Well, I'll tell you something. I didn't write that down, but I am going to try to keep an eye on for those things.
Oh man, Miss Meow.
It's an incredible book.
Oh yeah.
I don't doubt it at all. I'm gonna have to
one of
watch
those
this on the
books that
rewind.
Wait till you get past the cover of it. That's all.
You buy it for the story, not the pictures, not like
Yes,
the other way around.
Exactly.
Well, the art is good.
So, Steve, what do you have coming up on your channel? You have an active channel going. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing stuff now. I'm actually doing this series called Mad About Mad, and I'm going through all my Mad magazines.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Showing them off and talking about the covers and everything. And then I started off a Wednesday one. What did I call it though? Voices Choices.
The Voices Choice.
Because it just rolls right off the tongue, right?
That's right. So it's cool. So watch Steve. I think I put your link in the description below. Besides the Anachronic College of Comic Book Knowledge on December 6th, it's a Wednesday instead of a Friday because that fit Doug's schedule better. We do Wednesday or Friday depending on the applicants, the schedule of the applicant. But I just posted on Wednesday. I had a challenge with respect to 10 of my favorite Bronze Age books. If you haven't seen that one, watch it. It's pretty cool.
It's a good.
But
It's a good one.
challenges are coming around again. So I was challenged to put together my 10 favorite comic books with yellow backgrounds.
Yeah.
And I've got them. I haven't recorded it yet, but it'll go out. I'll probably, because Thanksgiving is on Thursday, instead of putting out my usual Wednesday thing, I'll probably put it out on Monday. But I went through these, and I just opened up a couple of my boxes and started just flipping through, and I came up with some pretty cool yellow comic book covers, which I could have done 20 or 25, but I just picked 10 of them out. You know, no special deal except these look pretty cool, so I picked them out. A couple of them are books that I've shown, and a couple of them are books that I have not shown. So it's going to be kind of cool. So take a look for that probably on Monday with respect to that. So with that, this was probably one of my longest live streams ever, but I think it was definitely worth it. The books were just so tremendous. You guys came up with like real winners, you know, with that. So thanks a lot for showing up and showing up your books. And thanks to the chat. You guys did a great job on the chat as well. A lot of good stuff going on there. So with that, you know, we'll say goodbye to everybody. Take care, everybody.
Night.
Night.
Night.